Now we are going to analyze all the common types of web hosting. This helps you to decide what you exactly need for your website. We should now understand the basic knowledge of important computers components that should be observed before purchasing a computer. And components like RAM, storage, and processor. The better these components, the faster your computer works. Such is the same in web hosting because you are actually buying a computer managed by a company. So we have shared hosting server, we have virtual private server, and we have dedicated hosting server, and we have the latest, which is cloud hosting. Now on shared hosting, your website will be stored on the same server along with multiple websites. So you share server resources along with other websites. However, because all resources are shared, the cost of shared hosting plan is relatively low and is good for beginners or small websites as you can scale or upgrade later if required. Most hosting companies does make sure every user on a shared hosting has a limited bandwidth so that no one will have a high traffic website that will consume all the server's resources. Another thing about shared hosting is security. One of your neighbor's website may be hacked due to his or her own negligence, and the hacker might attack the server, which will automatically affect you because you are part of that server. Good hosting company does take all security measures to make sure the server is secured. Then we have virtual private server. Virtual private server is the combination of shared hosting server and dedicated hosting server features. You will share resources with other websites, but the number of websites on that server is fewer compared to shared hosting server. And you also have some controls and more security on your virtual server because the physical hosting server resources are partitioned virtually to all users on the server. No one will have access to the physical server but only to his or her own virtual server. You can choose the amount of RAM and storage needed, and you can increase if there is a need to. So then we have dedicated server. Dedicated server is an entire web server purchased for the exclusive use of a single site or multiple related sites. With the dedicated hosting package, the web host take care of the server physical needs, providing things like space, power, security, and maintenance of the server hardware itself. But everything else is up to you, so you need some skills to handle dedicated server. It is good for complex sites with large amount of traffic or sensitive data that needs high security. This kind of hosting provides full control. Then we have cloud hosting. Cloud hosting is hosting your website on the cloud, which uses virtual server that acquire resources from many physical servers. Then we have managed hosting. Managed hosting is a form of shared hosting in which the hosting provider is responsible for site setup and ongoing maintenance.